Yikes.
I'm gonna be canceled. I've never filmed with someone else before.
I know, this is exciting for me.
It is, but I don't know how to do my
I'm
intro.
A baby.
Do you want to do the intro with me?
Sure.
Okay.
Do I know it?
It's just, hey y'all, it's Brody.
And Mollie.
Yay. Okay, cool. So, this is my coworker Mollie. You should go follow her on Book Twitter. She is BookTube Stan. I will leave links in the comments.
Yeah, thank you.
Not in the comments, in the downstairs. That's what I call it.
In the downstairs.
It's in the downstairs. Okay, so one thing that we have in common, besides like love of reading, is that we are both absolute garbage for Six of Crows. Oh, yes,
same
yeah.
thing.
I've only read Six of Crows.
Yeah.
She's like Lee Bardugo's #1 stan.
My mom.
Yes, your mother.
My mom.
Okay. So what we're going to do today is we thought it would be fun to recommend books to the Six of Crows characters. That sounds kind of weird, but like you'll get it as we go.
Oh yeah, I know it was great. It was fun.
Picking them was stressful.
Exactly.
I've been standing here staring at my shelf for like 25 minutes trying to pick more books because I was unprepared.
But I think we came out on top. So at first I thought Inej was going to be the hardest, and then when I really thought about it, she easily became the easiest. First, I am recommending Inej Gaffa, Antigone, by Sophocles, translated by Anne Carson, my other mom.
Your lesbian moms.
My lesbian moms. I'll keep this up. Antigone is really my favorite play. I have like 6 translations, and I'm kind of seeing the parallels now between my favorite characters, because Inej is my favorite character in Six of Crows. And Antigone, if you have not read the play, is all about speaking truth to power and knowing what is right and wrong, regardless of what the king says, what the government says, and knowing what is said in this play, the ordinances of the gods, and like the spiritual right and wrong. And also Antigone was very young. I think she's supposed to be like 13 in the play. And so it feels like something that Inej would appreciate quite a bit. Second for Inej, I have Blood, Water, Paint by Joy McCulloch. I'll be honest, I have not read this book. But from what I do know about it, it's about Artemisia Gentileschi, who is a painter who I very much appreciate. She was a Baroque painter. She was in the same era as Caravaggio, although I think she's better. And she painted a very famous version of Judith and the Head of Holofernes, where she painted herself as Judith, and she painted her rapist as Holofernes, and she has a sword and she's cutting his head off, and it's amazing. Also trigger warnings, so sorry, did not mention that. But so this book is written half in poetry and half in prose, and it is both about her life as both a painter and what she's experienced, as well as I believe the prose is the Bible story that she is referencing in her painting.
Fun.
Finally, for Inej, I don't have a great essay as to why I picked this, but The Power by Naomi Alderman. I just think she would appreciate this book flat out. The Power is about very young, like teenage girls who suddenly get an electric shock in their fingertips, although then older women get it too, and basically it just starts this upheaval of patriarchy and everything changes, and it's one of my favorite books, but I just feel like Inej would appreciate that.
I'm gonna start with my fave, and that's Wylan. We know this. We've seen my tweets. My favorite little soft boy. Yeah, soft boy. So queer and stupid. They're all idiots. They're all all of the Six of Crows characters are dumb bitches. I want to make one of those like alignment charts, like the energy charts. So, because Wylan is soft and queer and kind of a disaster, I have 2 books that fit that as well. But because Wylan's dyslexic, I felt awkward about recommending him, like, these are real books. I'm gonna get canceled.
No!
I'm recommending him graphic novels. I don't know how else to word that. So the first one I have is Nimona by Noelle Stevenson. This one follows Nimona, who is a shapeshifter who is found herself under the employment of a supervillain, into like this, like she's very kind of soft and chaotic at first, going to like this professional bad guy, which is like basically Wylan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he knows how to blow stuff up, but he, like, wants to watch TV. And the next one I have, Kevin from Storyglyph bought me this off my Amazon wishlist, and he is my book daddy forever. That is Mooncakes by Suzanne Walker and Wendy Zhu. You have also seen my tweets about this. This is a soft magical realism romance. There is a witch who's hard of hearing, and then a non-binary werewolf who are childhood best friends to lovers. And I feel like this is a very apparent trope that I didn't realize that I enjoyed. But I do.
Whatever.
Okay. It's soft, it's queer, it's cute. There's a little bit of angst, which I think also works for Wylan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's found family, and that's what Six of Crows is.
It is.
Right? It's found family.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Also, I feel very strongly that in terms of, like, if we're going to put them in our world in terms of, like, reading, like, Jesper would totally, like, read him books. Or he would get Audible. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't be a problem.
I'm
I feel very
not
about
good
that.
enough on here to be sponsored yet, so we don't talk about Audible until they offer a sponsorship.
Asterisk D-I-B-L-E.
Yeah.
Hashtag
Hashtag not sponsored.
Speaking of, my other son, Jesper. I have 2 books for Jesper. One of which is Rabbit and Robot by Andrew Smith. This book I have read, thank you very much. Part of me thinks that Jesper would appreciate this just for the cover. I'm projecting because I bought this for the cover. What can I say? That said, it's also written probably as chaotically as the cover is. Like, it very much has that sense of it's madness. I did enjoy it, though. And so I think that if nothing else, he would just have his attention captured by this book. Even if it didn't really resonate with him, I think that he would read it easier than a lot of other books. Also, if I may, this book is very horny, and I feel like Jesper would be there for it, if nothing else. So this, I think, is a big Jesper book. Oh yeah, no, it's
the end. It's so fun.
They're awesome.
I've been staring at this ever since you came in.
Yeah, no, it's really cool, isn't it? I like the art.
I can't quit looking at it.
Yeah. The book, I think I gave like 3 stars. But it's interesting. It held
the
my
cover
attention.
is 5.
Exactly. It's on my shelf.
Yeah.
And then finally, for Jesper, my second book, I have The Story of Life by Chris, Simpson's artist. This book is, I think, the most chaotic thing I own. This book is just memes. Chris Simpson's artist is basically a meme artist. And I feel like Jesper would be extremely into memes. More pictures.
Horrifying.
Yeah, no, it's horrible. It's not horrible, but it's terrifying. Like, what is happening here? I don't remember. But
Lots of things.
Lots of things. Jesper, I think, would be, like, very into memes, but in the way that he's, like, weeks, if not months, if not years behind. We were saying that, like, he would be, like, DMing the Dregs, like, funny tweets, but then he would send them to Nina, and she'd be like, I've seen this, like, 2 weeks ago, you can't stop sending me these things, Jesper, I'm ahead of you. So that's why I think that Jesper would be very into the chaotic form of reading.
Like, the what the fuck is going on.
Completely.
Next, I am going to do Matthias. Neither one of us really wanted to do
This was hard.
Matthias.
This was really hard.
I told Mollie, like, I have ideas for Wylan and Nina. You can pick the 3 that you want, and I was really hoping that she would pick Matthias, but she didn't. So, these are very last-minute picks. I have 2 classics. I have Animal Farm by George Orwell and Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury.
Because we're like, what?
What would he like? The lighting got bad.
It did get bad. I had a tumultuous relationship with Matthias and Six of Crows.
Oh, now we look bad. Whatever, it's gonna work. That's Florida for you and natural lighting. So I think Matthias, with his fiction, would lean more towards, like, classic dystopians, because he likes the order, but I also feel like it's very clear that his upbringing was very misguided, and, you know, he doesn't really know what's going on. So I think reading from like, especially Fahrenheit 451, from the perspective of someone outside the resistance would help him, because he's trying to, like, unlearn a lot of really bad things. And, yeah, so that's these two. The other one I picked is not, I didn't think I was going to do any young adult, but it's me, so I have to do young adult, and that is Salt to the Sea by Rita Sepetys. I have, like, bullet points, because I don't remember this book that well, but I remember, like, things about it. It's cold. Matthias likes the cold. There's, like, soldier POV. Matthias is a soldier. A book for Matthias. I wanted there to be no magic, because he is very freaked out by the Grisha.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Pies boy.
you know what? If we got some toxic masculinity in here, like, one of the POV characters is the epitome of, like, a toxic soldier. And he's definitely portrayed as the bad guy. So I think Matthias would be able to appreciate, like, this parallel of what he used to be versus what he could be. Okay, do you want to go ahead and do your speech for Cass, or do you want to save that till the end?
I can save that for the end.
Okay, I was going to say, I can go ahead and do Nina.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. That, because I want you to have your
Thank
finale.
Thank you.
So, when deciding what to pick for Nina, I knew I could do young adult, because I feel like Nina enjoys the brain candy like I do. So I had a lot of options. But I picked these two, The Devouring Grey by Christine Lynn Herman, because there's teenagers with magic, and they are all, like, aggressively bisexual, and Nina is a teenager with magic who is aggressively bisexual. I feel like, did you just mouth that with me? We're so in sync. I love it. No. So I feel like Nina would just really appreciate the representation. And, you know, there's, like, some romances in here that don't work out. There's, like, love squares and polygons and all of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like Nina would just, like, she wants the drama.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fully.
Like, she lives for it.
Fully.
Like, she wants to watch, like, all of, like, the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, Riverdale vibes
Yes.
that this has.
Oh my god.
So, recommending TV shows for book characters. That's our next video.
That's our next one.
Is it?
Could be.
Probably not. We'll probably just do a sequel to this.
Yeah, we can do that
Okay.
too.
And the next book I have for Nina is a recent read of mine. It is The Grey Shear by Kim Liggett. I'm probably pronouncing that very wrong.
Okay.
Liggett. Every time I've recommended
Liggett.
this book, I've pronounced it differently, hoping that I will be right on one of them. Kind of in the vein of, like, Lord of the Flies and Handmaid's Tale, where the year that, you know, this group of girls turns 16, every year they are sent into exile into the woods. Because it's believed that they come into a kind of magic that can, like, drive men crazy and, like, take them away from their wives. And, like, certain girls are picked to be brides, but you still get sent off in the woods anyway. It's a survival story. It's very kick-ass feminist. There is a forbidden romance in here, which is, like, very parallel to... I'm not spoiling anything anymore. No more spoilers in this video. But if you enjoyed the Nina and Matthias enemies to lovers type thing, you would probably like this. It's very clear that Nina enjoys enemies to lovers, so that's why I'm recommending this.
This was the hardest, easily, for me. And I thought it was going to be an edge, but then I figured it out pretty quick. Kaz was hard, and I'm going to tell you why. I don't think he reads. And then I was like, maybe he reads, like, nonfiction, like, because he's very into, he wants to have the upper hand, he wants to be smart, but at the same time, absolutely. But at the same time, he's also very into, like, learn by the streets. A book can't teach you what life can teach you. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, ooh, maybe he wouldn't even read nonfiction. Unless it was, honorable mention, which I did not bring, Dark Money by Jane Mayer.
Picture.
Basically about, like, how billionaires are terrible people. But...
That's the plot of Six of Crows.
There you go. But there's one book that I think Kaz Brecker would read.
I'm gonna get canceled.
No, you're not! I'm gonna get canceled before we even start.
Oh my gosh.
That's The Secret History by Donna Tartt. And before you even say anything, let me just say... No! Okay, my turn. No. This book is a slow burn if I ever knew one. And that is Kaz to a T. He's all about the gradual manipulation, nothing catastrophic. Well, take things slow. I think of his relationship to Pekka Rollins. Everything is just very slow, and this book is the same way. Also, Kaz is accused of thinking he's better than other people. And I think most people who read this book are usually accused of the same thing.
Have you been accused of the same thing?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I can say that because this is my favorite book. And people give me constant shit for it. So I feel like I'm allowed to mention that. But at the same time, this book is all about privileged white people doing stupid privileged things. So I feel like he would...
So from Matthias, too.
Probably. So I feel like Kaz would read this book, and he'd be very, very into it, very intrigued. He'd say he hates it, but he'd mention it constantly. Like, I feel like this book would be a very strong reaction for him. Also because I get Henry Winter vibes from Kaz Brecker. So that's why the only book Kaz Brecker would ever read is Donna Tartt's debut novel, 1992, The Secret History.
Oh my god, Mollie. Oh my god.
And that's all I had. That's all for Kaz.
That's all she wrote.
That's all she wrote.
In 1992.
Yeah. That was her debut novel. Took her 10 years. Yeah.
Love that for her. Love that for her.
Oh.
Okay.
So thank you.
Yes.
I had a great time.
I did too.
This was fun.
I will continue to have Mollie in videos as I slowly try to drag her. What, it got blurry. Or was that my glasses?
No, I think it's okay.
Okay, it got blurry for a second.
No,
I'm
it's okay.
blind. So, I will... Me and Mollie are going to do more stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
We're going
I'll
to
be
Barnes
back.
& Noble after this. So, I was going to say something, and I forgot how to talk.
How much you loved having me.
Yes, I loved having you here.
The standard. So it was really cool. And I like you as a person. So
Yeah,
we've really thrived.
I would hope you're in my house.
Well.
Oh my god, Mollie. You're leaving. I'm not posting
No! Rip me.
this. Okay. So, I hope you enjoyed this video.
Thank you for watching.
If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and all of that. I will leave Mollie's Twitter, because you don't have a channel yet. I will leave Mollie's Twitter in the downstairs, so make sure you go follow her. Have you finished Crooked Kingdom yet? No?
I know the major death I was spoiled months ago, and
Not
I
by
have
me.
no.
I didn't do that.
No, and I have 100 pages left.
Okay, so she's doing a Crooked Kingdom reading thread right now with lots of memes. Go follow her. Go check out her threads.
You.
Go show her love, please. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Go do that.
Thank you for watching.
And I'm trying to talk her into getting a channel. So, when's the deadline?
Whenever I get a new phone.
Okay. Okay.
When I get a new phone, I will.
I'm gonna get your name for Secret Santa at work, and then be like, "Here's your phone.
Oh my god!
Make a channel." All right. So if you want to see more of Mollie's stuff, go follow her on Twitter. And do you have Instagram you want to plug? Or
I have
anything
an
like that?
Instagram of the same name, but I haven't touched it, so
Okay.
don't feel bad.
So, like me, because I
Yeah,
don't post
yeah, I don't
on
touch
Instagram
it.
anymore. If you've read any of these books, let me know what you thought about them down in the comments. And comment question of the day, I want you to list your 6 books that you would recommend to the Six of Crows squad. I think that would be fun. And
Yeah.
also, get me some recommendations.
Yeah, no, totally.
No, changing that. What book would you recommend to Matthias?
Specifically
Matthias. I don't care if you include anyone else in your comment, but you need to include Matthias.
What would he read, if anything?
Let us know. And we will...
We'll peek.
I don't know.
We'll peek.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe I could do a video that's
Reading books that Matthias Helvar was
Exactly. All right. I hope you have a wonderful whatever it is, wherever you are. I will see you next time with another video. Bye! And then peace signs, because I'm a gay. Cool.